P. Farabee, I want to first thank you for coming to my rescue, I suppose, on that being blocked issue. I'm not going to say who it was or what was going on, but thank you for sticking up for me and putting in a good word and getting that situation cleared up, because it was bothering me. If I do something dickish, it doesn't bother me that I've been blocked, because I understand that, and fine, I made you mad. But for something that I don't remember doing wrong, that kind of bothered me. It's good to have that resolved, and thank you. And your question was, does anyone ever actually listen? And I was going to take this as cheeky and kind of go, probably not, or nobody can, and move on, but excuse me. I actually got to thinking about it, and the answer is no. No one actually can. The thought that came to my head is that we can hear someone talking and interpret the sounds and the meaning behind them. I suppose that's listening, but it's not actually listening to them. You're listening to their words and what you perceive those words to mean. So you're actually listening to your own interpretation. And until we have the ability to transmit full thoughts, I give that about 15 years, 20 years, until we can transmit full thoughts, you're correct. We will never be able to listen to someone else. And that was a little bit of an odd realization for me. So thank you very much for making me think a little deeper about what I initially thought was a silly question. Or a fun question, I should say, not silly. This next one is, these next two are two questions from Go Metric today. It's great to see that you're still posting, and I am continuously sorry that you have to live in such a Bible Belt oppressive, anti-gay, homophobic, Christian cesspool. Every time I see one of your videos posted, I instantly have dread come into my chest for you. But your two questions, and I'm going to actually do them in reverse order, because I can. Your first question was it hard to come out as an atheist? And I have to say no, and I haven't talked about it with everyone. All of my family is very diverse. I have some Seventh-day Adventist, I have some Christians, I have Sumo, Sumerian, Hawaiian, whatever the Sumerian, I apologize, I don't remember what the actual religion is called, but I have, you name it, and I have some in my family. So our family tends to not really discuss God. We have Christmas get-togethers, and it's always just about the kids and how the family's doing. I suppose I could use the term respectful, but we don't dwell on God for holidays and as a family. It's just something that we never really talked about. We have family that we know, like my Seventh-day Adventist family, we know what they're doing. They can't come to some functions because they're doing their church functions, or because their beliefs kind of interfere with some of the gatherings that we have, and so they don't come to those. We understand that, and we just go, okay, that's just what they're doing, and we move on, and we have a good time until the next time we can see them. And it's wonderful. I really enjoy my family, and I appreciate that aspect of them, where you can just be you as long as you don't shove you in their face. So I suppose, to to my family, I never really came out. I just never talked about it, and they never asked, and it was never put in my face to be either one. All my friends and close family, father, mother, sister, and all that, all my not just family, but girlfriend, their family, they all know I'm atheist, and it's inspired some heated conversation, but never any hatred, animosity, never necessarily any bad feelings. But it gave us something to talk about, and in the end, we've always been able to kind of walk away and say, well, that's your thing, this is my thing, and that's been that. And most of them think I'm sort of crazy anyway because of my whole mushroom, my research into mushrooms and hallucinogens in religion. And I think some of them kind of leave me alone a little bit because of that. And I don't know if it's because they're a little concerned that I might find something in their religion, which I would, or if they just think I'm kind of crazy, which is fine. Your second question, what was the epiphany moment when you became an atheist? And like I was explaining before, I didn't really have an epiphany moment. There was a time in Sunday school, and I was probably 6, 7, young. I was young. I remember them telling me about Jesus, and they were reading one of the kids' Bible stories. And I remember sitting there thinking, this is a crock of shit. I still believed in Santa Claus, and I still believed in the Tooth Fairy at the time. And I remember thinking that this was just over the top. And for some reason, it just made me really uncomfortable. So I think since then, I've always kind of really been backed away from religion in general, until I got to be a outspoken YouTube atheist, which has been kind of fun. But I really didn't, approach a conscious thought of being atheist until I was in my 20s. And it was a gradual thing, and what actually did it the most was I lived in Utah for about 3 years. My best friend and I owned a title insurance company together. Mostly him, and I was the office manager. And as you may or may not know, Utah is full of Mormons. So I had the opportunity to go to church, listen to the sermons, and talk to a lot of people there, and one person in particular that was doing some recording for us, some guitar tracks, laying down some guitar tracks for us. He was Mormon, and he wanted to talk about it. And we would have long conversations, and that really solidified the fact that I don't buy it. And I don't buy it for logical reasons. But that's not here or there. So I never really had a coming out moment. It was just a slow emergence. So there you go.